One thing I try to do in life is I try not to mock anything I've never been. Do you understand? I try to ensure that I don't pass off judgment on people. I don't write people off. I try to put myself in the situation and be like, what would I do? Do you understand? So I was saying something about, just like when we started talking about the rape issue. I was saying something about how our generation has become woke and all of that. So now you now see cases whereby girls come and they accuse people falsely of rape. There's a case going on right now. There's a guy. He's a Nigerian doctor in the UK. Right? He has been what's the word? There's a word I'm looking for. He shall be cleared of the charges of rape. It was found that he didn't rape her and all of that. So now he's suing her to court. Because when you mess with a man's livelihood, right? So there's something called stigma. Do you understand? I can call you a rapist in presence of 20 people here. And then when you are cleared of that rape charge, 2 people know that you were cleared. Do you understand? Those other 20 people, this one has gone to tell his friend, that guy is a rapist. This one has gone to tell their friend, that one is a rapist. The stigma is there. So you can never. One of the biggest problems we have with falsely accusing someone of rape or something is the stigma that goes with it. So we also need to sensitize our ladies to know that don't just mess with people's means of living or people's life or livelihood with false accusations. Because you call someone a rapist. He's a doctor, he's doing well in the UK, and then you fucked with his life because the government would, what they call it, they will investigate, they will do all they need to do, and it's crazy.
For me, the only problem I see with that is, you know how it's so easy for the law to pass out judgment and all that. If a lady comes up to the court and calls a guy a rapist, and she loses the case and it's found out that the guy didn't do shit, I feel the law should attract a punishment for the lady immediately. Like, because if girls feel they can just walk up there and do it and nothing happens to them, they do it. Like, I know it's possible. Like, you can have a girlfriend, you do something to piss her off, and she's pissed off at you, and she's like, "Oh, I'm filing for a rape case against you," and all that. It happens, bro. I've seen it. It has happened. And all that, and the next thing, she might not give a damn of winning the case, right? She doesn't want to win it. The whole problem is she just want to put you in that bad zone, like let people see you and think, oh, this guy is a rapist, like, and all this kind of stuff. So I feel the law is meant to like do something about that. Like, before you can just say, okay, this guy raped me, you have to make sure if you know that if you lose this, there is a punishment with it.
So here's the thing. Here's the thing. So here's the thing. Okay. The legal system, all legal system, the Nigerian legal system, every legal system. Like the way they're structured. Like with the way I see a legal system. It's you ready yourself for the worst case scenario. All right. Okay, so let's say, for example, someone accuses someone of rape. Okay, and then it is found out that they didn't do it. All right. Okay, that's good. All right, but it's also bad because someone reputation just got ruined. It's bad. But now here's the thing. All right, so from a professional standpoint, let me give you an example. You've got one case of domestic violence or intimate partner violence. In one case where someone is accused of it, and then they go to court and they're found not guilty. All right. Now here's the thing. Okay, that person was not found guilty, or even if, for example, the person was found guilty. Like that's just. That one case, someone life is ruined. They lose their house, they lose their children. They lose their jobs and quite some stuff. Now, think about it. So if we say that, okay, we have to put together a system that stops women from making these accusations. Now, think about in the worst case scenario. Let me give you an example. In the Sioux, like Sault Ste. Marie. I don't know if you guys know about Sault Ste. Marie, like so like towards Sudbury that way. So there was a case where a man who had been on like I think it was who had been in and out with domestic violence issues, like in and out. I mean like like the court system, prison and what's on. So anyways, in October, all right, the guy went out, all right, shot his ex. All right, went to his other house, shot his actual wife and his 3 children, and then shot himself.
Yeah, I heard of that.
All right, the wife survived, but the children and the husband and the other lady gone. All right, so when my approach to this is that yes, we've got these people who are treated unfairly. The legal system, because that's what the legal system is meant for. Like it's it's a correctional service. Sometimes like it's not perfect.
Yeah.
The legal system cannot be perfect, but at the same time, in the worst case scenario, because it's being like it's one of those things where we're being proactive, because one of these cases could be, like I said, a false accusation, or someone is wrongly accused and wrongly convicted. It is very much, but we've seen it throughout history. Yeah. Like we see it every now and then. Exactly, we see now every now and then people being pardoned that they did like 20 years later, when you've spent 20 years in prison, and then someone says, actually now the evidence is that he didn't do it. That happens. But now you have to think about when it actually happens, or when it happened, because or maybe sometimes that person who was now found to be wrongly accused actually did it.
Yeah.
So I as a professional thinks in the worst case scenario. Okay. All right, because I think that's one of those things where we can overlook.
Yeah.
And you don't want to have an oversight over something as important as that, because when it does happen, because think about it, the guy in the Susi Marie, like how bad must it have been for him to kill his wife and 3 of his own children? Like it's like you see, like possibly there on a daily occasion people will see him like like a normal person, just doing his thing, moving around, and all of a sudden
3 kids.
Yeah, 3 kids.
They pop at them like.
Yeah. And then shot himself and killed himself.
So I feel like when we're talking about this, this rape thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
The legal system and everything. Right?
Yeah.
There are 2 sides to it.
Yeah.
You get.
Yeah.
One is just like when George said, you want or you feel like there should be a penalty for whoever comes and falsely accuses someone when it's proven that you didn't, like they didn't rape you.
Yeah.
But there's also like another side to this thing. Because what if someone actually raped a lady?
Yeah.
And then she goes to court. Yeah. And it's proven she didn't rape.
Yeah.
Or he didn't rape her.
Yeah.
And then that penalty applies to her.
That would be
So,
no, I see.
So people would also be afraid to come out
and actually,
because people are already afraid to come out.
I mean, you get it. I think before you present a case to the court, you need to get like more evidence.
But now talking about let's look at somewhere like Nigeria. Where sometimes, bro, the courts they won't do shit.
Yo, forget about Nigeria.
Let me say,
forget about Nigeria.
No, you can't forget about Nigeria.
The system is like really corrupt, So if you get raped and you have it in mind, I know you go through trauma, bro. Like you have it in mind, like okay, in the future I'm going to present this in the court. What you do is you go to the doctor, get checked and everything, and maybe file a police report. So you have those medical reports from the hospital. So if you are trying to present the case to the court, you have that she was raped and there's DNA test matching DNA and shit like that. Like he's the person who raped her. Yo, that's it. You don't have to go.
Yeah, but that's easier.
That's easier said than done. That's easier to say.
I know she's gonna go through trauma though.
Yes. Let me say something. I think we're all just looking at this from one point of view. I understand the fact that sometimes, like he said, sometimes the correction put in place might not be 100% accurate, and they might not be able to tell the truth. It's true, man. No one is perfect. No one can be perfect. But we're still talking about human beings, which is men and women, right? So what I'm saying now is there are some jobs, there are some companies you work. The moment you are convicted for rape, they don't want to know whether you did it. They don't want to know if the courts will find you guilty or not. They're kicking you out. So immediately,
there's something worse.
But immediately you're losing your job as a guy, just for them calling you out that you committed rape. Now, if you were found not guilty, yeah, you still can't get the job back. You're gone, bro.
Yeah, but
You're gone.
there are ways to get the job back.
That's facts. Because actually, there's a way. Because here's the thing, all right. And here's the thing. And now this is where, because I was gonna go back to you, and then like let me go back to you, and then I'll come back to like because here's the thing. You know, with the issue of rape and the issue of violence against women and abuse and what's so not. In most cases, all right, the first time it happens, people don't report it. All right, like even and now with stats coming out, because the stats for rape right now, you know how like okay, let me ask you guys a question. What do you think? Okay, what do you think? Who do you think is likely to rape someone?
A man.
Like it can be a man, but who do you like within a community? Yeah. All right. Who do you think is likely to rape a person? You know, like how people say, okay, let me, say this, but you know how people say in the dark alley, behind the building, don't walk there, don't walk in the dark. You know, they will, they will do this, poverty and all that as a black man, all these other things. But statistically, actually, people who are likely to rape you are people who know you, people who are very close to you, people who could be even relatives to you.
Who have access to you.
So it's not like the dark alley. Don't walk outside late at night. No, it's mostly people who know you. And what he was talking about actually now in relationships, it happens a lot. So when it happens, for example, if it's your doctor, if it's the doctor that that reps you, all right, my friend, you will have to think hard about that before you go to report. All right, and it might not be a one-time thing. As you're still thinking of reporting, it might happen again. And with even with abuse, the stats say that before that woman takes the phone and makes the call, it possibly has happened so many times. It's just that now it's just like
she's fed up.
Yeah, it's at that point where there's that stat. Okay, that stat is not 100%. All right, it's 67, 80%. But you're looking at a very big stat where people are not able to, to report when these things happen firsthand, because you've got all sorts of things that you have to go through, and you say, the trauma, it's like, and also looking at what you're going against. If it's a relative, like how do you do that? Looking at the overall family. If your relative reps you, and you look at everybody, how do you report the relative? If it's your doctor, if it's your husband, how do you report your husband? Or like how do you report your boyfriend? That maybe you've been together for 3-4 years, however that might look like. But it's a bit tricky. But when you look at it at the same time, like we say, yes, it's possible that someone could do it trying to get at someone. Mm-hmm. All right, it's possible someone could do it to you, being like, you know what? I just want to mess with you.